Have you ever pondered the impact of lying in a marriage? It's a question that might have flashed through your mind at some point. The intricacy of truth and lies is a fascinating subject, especially when it comes to the intimate bond of marriage. Imagine a spider's web, complex, intricate, and delicate. That's how truth and lies coexist in a relationship. It's not always black and white. Sometimes it's a murky shade of gray. Here we're not just talking about the blatant lies, but also those little white lies, the lies of omission, the lies we tell with the best of intentions. Can these lies, regardless of their size or intent, cause harm to a marriage? Can they shake the very foundation upon which the union is built? Or in some twisted way, do they actually hold the potential to protect it? It's a complex question, isn't it? So let's delve deep into the slippery slope of dishonesty in marriages. Marriage experts have long debated the effects of lying in a relationship. Let's dive in to see what they have to say. Dr. Jane Peterson, a renowned psychologist, argues that even small, seemingly harmless lies can gradually erode trust in a marriage. She explains that trust, once lost, is incredibly hard to regain. Similarly, Professor David Johnson, a prominent relationship therapist, concurs. He maintains that honesty, even about trivial matters, is the backbone of a strong, healthy relationship. But what does this mean for the people involved? Well, according to a study conducted by Stanford University, individuals who frequently lie experience higher levels of stress, anxiety, and even depression. This is because lying requires a great deal of mental effort and can lead to a constant fear of being found out. On the other hand, the person being lied to can also experience negative psychological effects. A research paper published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that individuals who discover they have been lied to often experience feelings of betrayal, sadness, and mistrust. The longer the lie is maintained, the greater the emotional impact when the truth is finally revealed. Dr. Laura Berman, a well-known marriage counselor, adds another dimension to this discussion. She suggests that lying creates a cycle of deceit that can be difficult to break. One lie often leads to another as the liar tries to cover their tracks, resulting in a tangled web of deception. In essence, the consensus among experts seems to be unanimous. Lying, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, has the potential to cause significant damage to a marriage. It undermines the very foundation of trust upon which a successful relationship is built. From a psychological standpoint, the act of lying has a profound impact on both the liar and the person being lied to. It leads to increased stress, anxiety, and feelings of betrayal, all of which can contribute to an overall sense of unhappiness and dissatisfaction within a relationship. Undeniably, these findings suggest a clear correlation between lying and marital discord. But what does science say about lying in marriage? Well, various scientific studies have delved into the physiological and psychological effects of dishonesty. To begin with, lying activates the amygdala, the part of our brain responsible for processing emotions. When we fib, this tiny almond-shaped region lights up, signaling an emotional response. Over time, however, if lying becomes a habit, the amygdala's response weakens. This means that the emotional toll of lying decreases, making it easier for us to tell more lies. But that's not all. Research carried out by University College London discovered that frequent lying can actually alter the brain's structure. The more a person lies, the more their prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for complex behaviors and decision-making, changes. This leads to an increase in white matter, the wiring of the brain that transmits information. In other words, habitual lying can rewire your brain, making dishonesty a more accessible option. Now let's consider the implications of these findings on a marriage. If lying becomes a habit, it can create a vicious cycle. As the emotional response to dishonesty lessens, it becomes easier to lie. This can lead to an increase in the frequency and magnitude of lies told within the relationship. As trust erodes, the relationship becomes strained, leading to further dishonesty as partners attempt to avoid conflict or protect their own feelings. Moreover, the physiological changes in the brain can also have psychological effects. The shift in the brain structure can influence behavior, leading to more lying. This in turn can lead to feelings of guilt, anxiety, and stress, further complicating the marital relationship. In a nutshell, the science of lying paints a clear picture. The more we lie, the easier it becomes to do so, both emotionally and neurologically. This can create a downward spiral in relationships, particularly in a marriage where trust and honesty are paramount. Clearly, the science suggests that habitual lying can have serious consequences. So what have we learned about lying and its impact on marriage? We've unraveled the complex web of truth and lies, understanding that the two are not always black and white. We've heard from relationship experts who've highlighted the destructive power of dishonesty in marriage. They've shed light on how even seemingly harmless white lies can erode trust over time, creating a chasm of mistrust, resentment, and ultimately, disconnection. We've also delved into the fascinating world of science, uncovering the psychological and neurological aspects of habitual lying. It turns out our brains may be hardwired to lie under certain circumstances, but with awareness and conscious effort, we can rewire these patterns. In short, lying is a slippery slope. It may start small, but can quickly escalate, leading to a cascade of deception that can be incredibly damaging to a marriage. Remember, honesty is the cornerstone of any relationship, and maintaining it in marriage is essential. As we wrap up, consider this. Open communication and honesty are not just lofty ideals. They are the lifeblood of a thriving marriage. Lying, even small white lies, can create a slippery slope, leading to more significant untruths and ultimately, eroding trust. So how can couples bolster honesty in their relationships? It all starts with a commitment to truthfulness, even in the face of discomfort. Remember, honesty isn't just about not lying, it's also about being open, expressing your feelings, and sharing your thoughts and concerns. It's about creating a safe space where both parties feel heard, understood, and valued. Moreover, it's vital to understand that honesty is a journey, not a destination. It requires continuous effort and patience. It's about growing together, learning from each other, and most importantly, growing in truth. In the end, the truth may be hard, but it's the only solid foundation on which to build a lasting marriage.